Welcome back to Anchor Antique Wood. On today's episode, I want to capture the finished product of my son's room and the guest room, minus maybe a few decorations. Go over what renovations will be happening on the first floor since I captured the second floor in previous videos. And also exterior renovations and repairs that need to be done right after this. Alright, so here's Jared's room. Finished product. There's your new fan. Everything's painted. This is the naval color from Sherwin-Williams. You know, I got the pictures on the wall, decorations done, bed put back together, but it really looks nice with the white ceiling. You know, no crown, just the casing and base. And that's the base, you know, with the 1x6, so it's what it looks like now painted. And all of our black hardware installed on the closets, hinges, and it kind of gives you an overall view of how much better it looks than the pewter colored regular round knobs that used to be there. So I think his room turned out really well. My wife likes the color, so do I. At first I was a little scared how dark it was because we painted the bathroom in the past this dark, but with the white ceilings and the white trim, white doors, this room is actually not dark at all. It actually looks really nice and beautiful little room. And here's the guest room finished. Basically it's a mirror image of my son's room, just the other direction. And the color of this room is monorail silver, is what we use in the guest room. So you can see how nice it looks finished up. Same fan. Pretty much use these fans everywhere in the house. We may just change the fan in the master that we use, but here's your finish with the black hardware. Same thing with the closets, the new carpet. So we got a gray carpet, which same carpet in my son's room, same color. I'm not sure the color of this carpet. That I'll have to ask my wife, but I'll probably put a little text once I know what color it is. But yeah, we got the medium thickness padding, and this carpet's it's extremely soft. You know, everything's nice and clean. So we're all finished up in these two rooms, and that's what it looks like. We're just changing that base from that old base, little base, and just keeping the casing and just repainting everything. It just looks super clean, nice and neat. And we got obviously our new electrical devices and plates. So we got a fan, speed control, dimmer, and that's it. So to really recap for these two rooms financially. So financially between the two rooms, the carpet was $1,500 installed with labor and material. The paint was $1,800. Painter ended up being a little bit more than we first thought because I added and changed a few things. We had him repaint the closets, the doors, etc. So he didn't think he had to do that before. So the paint was $1,800. So it was a little pricey. We may shop around next time. He's got a good worker who actually does it, and so we may use him because he did most of the work anyway. The painter's actually moving, so we'll probably end up using his worker to do the other parts of the house. So we got $18 for the paint, $15 for the carpet for both rooms, labor and material. I wrote this down. We also have the ceiling fans were $100 each on Amazon. They're Hunter fans. I've been using them for years, but they're actually builder quality ceiling fans. But to be honest with you, they're the only fans I've had. I've had fans that cost $500 each, and they're the only fans that are quiet and never have a problem with them. And they're like $100 on Amazon. They used to be even cheaper than that. The trim between the two rooms right now, I think I talked about in the previous video, was $500 for the trim between the both rooms. So it's like double the price. I mean, pretty much everything we're doing now, right now in this current state, is double the price before COVID. And then you had the, electrical devices, the new switches, outlets, plates, dimmers, etc. was about $100. So between these two rooms was $4,100. Now that's a lot of money for just trim, paint, and carpet and some electrical devices, but that's the world we live in. The only way you could save right now is if you paint the room yourself. I did all the base, I did all the prep, I did all the casing, I did any spackling I had to do, so all that work was done by me. Just the only thing that was subbed out was the paint and the floor covering. So I mean, you're not going to get much cheaper than that. The paint itself was probably, I think, $300 and something between each room. So you'll save yourself probably about $1,500. Depends where you are, where you're located in, in the United States. You could have somebody come and paint a room that used to be a couple $100. So, down here right now, the market's pretty crazy, and so is construction prices. But that's the cost of these 2 rooms. I wanted to make sure it was painted good. We could have done it, but I don't have the time or patience for it anymore. I got so much other stuff going on, especially with my other YouTube channel I got going on. So it's hard to fit everything in anymore. It's not like I was 25 again. So, it was a lot of money, but I think it was worth it for these 2 rooms, and it's what's going to cost us moving forward. So as far as that, we plan on, I've been back and forth about these 2 rooms, about the loft itself, if we're going to do vinyl planking, if we were going to do carpet, and we were so back and forth with that as well. So now we're actually going to stick with carpet. So we're going to use the same color carpet, this gray, throughout the loft. And it'll be the same thing in this room. You got your casing missing around the window, so we'll be popping that off, putting larger window sills, and extending the under the sill piece that has to get extended, after I add the casing. And same thing, adding the base. So it's kind of nice having some of our room back because everything piled out here. But we'll be changing the base to 1x6 here. I got some spackling and stuff I have to do, some prep work. We'll change the electrical devices, and we may even take that carpet into our master here, but we haven't decided yet. But we're definitely do vinyl planking probably in the laundry room. But we decided to probably go carpet, and this way the carpet matches these 2 rooms and also down the stairs. But I'm not going to capture this work being done because it's the same exact work as the 2 bedrooms, but it's just on a larger scale. So I'm figuring for this room, with paint, carpet, and the trim, we're probably looking, you got 2 bedrooms at 41. This is probably about $5,000 to do this loft, but it's a big room. It's almost 30 feet long and it's 16 feet wide at the shortest spot. So it's a pretty big room. So, it is what it is. We'll definitely repaint the walls and the ceiling. I already changed the fan out here. I'll take that back down and, change the electrical devices in this room, but I will capture this room when it's finished, and the stairs itself. I also have to change these fixtures out up here to the recessed lights that are just randomly placed. So we're going to do a recessed light, recessed light, recessed light, and recessed light. All right, let's go on to the first floor. So as you come down to the first floor, you can see there'll be, like I said, there's carpet and stuff down the stairs. So down here, the hardwood, this is vinyl plank flooring. We're going to keep this. So down here is where I really want to get a little bit more country. So instead of using this casing, is my thought right now, like we have matching upstairs, I may take that off and do the 1x4 and crosshead around the door with the 3-piece trim up top, and 1x4 around the doors, and 1x6 for the base. So this is the first time showing the first floor. Obviously it's kind of put together, but kind of a little bit of a mess right now because I still have to hang pictures and stuff, so don't mind that. I'm kind of figuring out the layout over here. This light fixture was already here. I'm just reutilizing it for now, but we did buy a new fixture for this one, and I only got a couple of temporary bulbs in it. But down here you can see this house it's about 8 years old. There's nothing really wrong with it. It's just not our decor. We're gonna use it, this will be the last area of the house we do, is the first floor. But you can see the kitchen layout. Once again, like I said, don't mind the mess. I'm kind of jumping in between shooting this video, working on the house, fishing, shooting other videos for the other channel. But you can see there's nothing wrong with this kitchen. It's just not our preference of kitchen cabinets, etc. But it's a nice layout. Just using a regular fridge for now. But this is kind of the before. Just want to kind of capture this all for you. This is our living room. But like I said, down here it'll be all new base. Probably keeping the vinyl plank flooring. I know I'm jumping around here. I'm just kind of showing you guys everything. This is our office. This is pretty much where I, do my editing. My wife works out of the office here. So let's kind of just go room by room. So since I'm here at the office, let's start here. So as far as this, we're going to keep the floor, change the base, change the casing, the 1x4 with the crosshead and the 3-piece trim up top. As of now, we may change our mind, a year from now when I get to this. Same thing, casing around the windows, whether it's the existing casing or the other casing that I do. Extend the windowsill, and I already changed the fan in here to match the ones upstairs, and this will just be paint and trim. and change the electrical devices. And we also have a closet there where I have some stuff. My wife has some dresses hanging there, so I'm not going to go into there. But this is considered a bedroom for this house too as well, because it has a closet down here in South Carolina. Down here, living room, same thing, keeping the flooring. Probably end up hanging a TV up here, but we've been kind of enjoying not having it. That's one of the tables I made in the past. And same thing in here, just casing and paint, and change the ceiling fan and electrical devices. So it kind of goes throughout this whole area. And as far in here as the dining room, I'm definitely going to dress it up, get rid of this chair rail, and probably do the 1x4 box outs like I did before the house we just left. And who knows what else. We do have some crown in here right now. Not sure if I'm going to do that anywhere else down here, or take down the crown and get rid of the whole crown look. We're not sure. As far as the trim, that's kind of on the fly with me as we go. I changed my mind. I may want to dress things up even more. I may want to go crazy and put trim on the ceiling. I just kind of do that as I go. The kitchen will obviously be our most expensive part of the first floor. Believe it or not, the kitchen cabinets are not that bad. We've always used the inlay cabinets before, where the cabinet itself, the face, doors and drawers are actually inlaid or recessed into the cabinet. Now the price of those right now are probably triple of what we paid for in New Jersey. So we're even talking about taking this cabinets and maybe even just possibly changing the hardware and actually painting them and doing the countertop. But I kind of want to change the layout here as far as the stove. I kind of want to get the Thermador 6-burner stove again, remove these cabinets, and do that. So I may just, save up the money, do it once, and be done with it in this house. I may rip out this whole kitchen and change the whole layout and redo the whole thing. The layout, the way it is now, is okay. We have a pantry in the corner. But I may just change this over here to do something different. I may do a double oven again, and then also the Thermador. Get rid of the microwave and put an actual hood that vents truly outside. And probably put the microwave, either a drawer unit or something, or before I've always put microwaves actually in the pantries, so you don't see it at all. You just go open the door, put your stuff in the pantry, pull it out. I've done that before just because I don't like the way they really look. I know they don't stand out that much, but I kind of like hiding the microwaves for as much as we use it anyway. And that's about it. And then, obviously this whole layout here with the island will be similar, but probably redesigned. I'm not going to do a sitting area like they had up here before. I'll definitely do a farm sink for my wife. She likes the farm sink that I did in New Jersey. Probably white ceramic. These double sinks, don't care for her. I think they're a waste of room. They take up that whole middle divider, is a waste. So I'll probably do that and probably rip out this whole kitchen and redo it. Now the only thing with doing that is you have existing flooring that we're trying to save. So I'm either going to have to build something a little, I'm going to have to either make the cabinets a little deeper or back-to-back cabinets, with a side panel to take up this room with this half wall they built, make this wall bigger to cover the flooring so we don't have to purchase new flooring, because she kind of likes this floor. I've adapted to it. At first I didn't like it, but it's better now. But the problem is over here, I think, is that with an oven here opening up, you're always gonna have to stand to the side. So you don't have enough room here. Being they had this here, it kind of gives you enough room. Or we just do a cooktop the way this is. That's an option yet too. But that's all down the line. But basically the whole house will be touched. I just kind of wanted to recap the first floor for you. This is our little sitting area. This will just be, same thing over here, just trim and paint. I think my wife got a new light fixture for here, so I'm going to change that for now. And same thing for the kitchen. I've already changed the recessed lights to LED flat washers, flat wafers. Going to keep these for now until we decide how we're going to lay out the kitchen. So the pendants will be there. I'm going to change this to a recessed light. We do have the new fixture for here. As you can see, it was my kid's birthday. We do have a new fixture for here. I think not decided. This will definitely be changed, but I'm not sure what she has right now. And in here, same thing. Changes to a recessed light. And here is our downstairs bathroom right now. Keeping the flooring, changing the toilet, and I'm probably going to build a vanity just like I did in the other house, and really bring out the farmhouse look with the reclaimed wood, cutting the sink in, doing like a recessed, with the 1x4 legs. If you go to my Instagram page, Anchor Antique Wood, you can actually go through some of my pictures and you'll see, I think I have a picture of the other bathroom I just did in the house. Now the problem is here, I do see with the base cabinet that they have shoe molding around it. So I'm hoping they put this vanity on top of this floor and they put that shoe molding there just because they like to do it to match the rest to come around. I'm not sure, but if they did put the cabinets on, if they put the flooring around the cabinet when I rip this out, may have to put a transition piece here and change the flooring and do, either, I don't think we're gonna be able to find this unless we really research it. We may be able to find this floor or change this to tile or something else. So that's the only thing I'm concerned about right now, which is it's not a big floor, but my wife does kind of like the flooring, like the match on the first floor, is we may have to change this flooring in this due to the cabinets. That's about it for the first floor. You can just see it's just really just going to be adding the paint and trim and really going crazy with the trim down here to bring out the farmhouse look. You can kind of see the overall view of the first floor. This house is a little bit smaller than our previous house, but it's perfect and it feels a lot nicer to us the way the layout is instead of the other house we're in. But it's still plenty big. Still, I could even go smaller than this and be fine, to be honest with you. So that's kind of our general view of the first floor. I mean, it's a nice little house. It's only 8 years old. It's just not our decor, so it's just gonna be a lot of trim, paint, and changing some electrical devices. Now we're going on to the exterior of the house. We got some big changes out here. It's gonna be a lot of money put in for outside because we are adding a pool to the backyard. We had it at the other house. Well, we ordered it. It wasn't installed yet, so we're able just to basically bring that pool over to this house. So here's an exterior look of the house. It's a lot of brick and it's hardy siding. The garage doors need to be changed. Right now, around the garage doors themselves, it's just aluminum wrapped over lumber. It's starting to really separate from the house, so I'm going to take that out and put plastic, the AZAC trim, and redo the trim or the seal. Garage door seal around the window. You can see it's kind of wavy and stuff, but the garage doors and around that, you can see the separation there. It's just the wood starting to warp a little bit, but it's a 3-car garage. That's my side of the shop. Over here, I already changed the exterior lights that were here before, so that has been done. Added cameras, and we are going to have to redo the landscaping out here eventually too, but I'm going to wait for the pool to go in. So you're probably not gonna be able to see, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 cracks in the siding. Now they're not really stress cracks. It's just more of probably a stress crack on the siding, but there's no interior, there's no structural damage. It's just a Hardie's crack. So I want to change those cracked pieces of the Hardie siding and obviously change the shutters all the way around, either the same kind of raised paneling shutter or a different style. But I need to change those cracked pieces of siding. I also have some other siding on the side of the house that have a lot of holes done in them from all the different cable providers here and stuff. So there's some on the side of the house I want to change. So we're basically going to do the repairs in the fall time. And once I do the repairs and change, once I do the repairs and change the shutters, or before we change the shutters, we are going to paint the exterior of this house too in the fall. We're probably going to do like a gray color. So it's not that much because there's a mix of brick, but as you can see over here, you got the sides that need to be changed or painted, sorry, and this other side in the back a little bit. Which I'm going to take you around. Let's go for a walk. So you can see this is all our property here. Our neighbors just moved in next door, so they put up a new fence because they have a dog. They don't want to get out. Really nice people. But you can see all these trees of ours. I've taken down 12 trees already, making room for the pool because we had pines out here and stuff. You can see this is where else we got to paint here in the back. I need to add gutters to the back of the house. They kind of did a little bit in the front, but I'm gonna have a gutter guy come and do gutters on this house because I want to be able to drain all the water to this area over here because the pool will be going in back here. We do have a screened in back porch. I'm going to have to do a new patio. You know, it'll be all tied into the pool itself. But here's a look at the back of the house. You kind of get a look at it. So that's what'll be painted in gutters. The roof's about, you know, the roof's 8 years old, so probably about another 8, maybe 10 years before I really feel comfortable with the roof and I'll have to change it. But this is where our pool is going to be. So I have to do a retaining wall because our property's on an angle. I want to keep the pool level with the patio that's up here now. And obviously with the pool, we're going to be doing a fence. But I'm going to do like a 4-foot aluminum fence, or a 54-inch, probably, I think, black aluminum fence like we had the other house. I don't care about privacy. If you want to watch me in my pool, whatever. So this is the parts in the back that we have to paint. So it's not a lot. We already got a price from the painter, which that's probably going to change now, being that he's moving. So that may change the whole aspect of everything, but it has to be done because I have all the repairs, and we'll never be able to patch or match the siding color. As you can see, the previous owner had some poppage of some of the siding, so it looks like he face nailed it, but then he tried to touch up with paint, and as you can see, it does not match. This is where the pool equipment's going to sit. I'm going to run an electrical panel out here for all our pool equipment. All our, you know, conduits and piping will go around here. You can see all the areas where we tore out trees. It was a lot of pine trees, and then grinded it up for us for now to make it look okay. But you can see the slope of the backyard. So we're going to build a retaining wall there and put the fence in. This is the side of the house where I said that there's a bunch of holes from the service providers. I cut a bunch of stuff off. That's why there's so many holes here. This are only service. I have this leaving loose now until I put a conduit over it and when I change the siding. I'm going to rip this one out because we're not going to go with fiber. We end up going with cable because it's a little bit more reliable in this development for some reason. Before we had AT&T fiber, 1 gig. Well, now we have cable at 400, and we're actually been doing fine with it. And so we just had them just run a new cable line for us and a new box, and I'm going to clean that all up when we do the siding. I do have 2 hose bibs outside which are ready to be changed, so I'll definitely be changing this, and I'll probably do a freestanding hose hanger for both sides. I'll make myself. So that's pretty much an overview of the whole house and the project that's going to be going on that I'll be doing. This time around I'll probably do about 75% of the work, not like 100%. I just don't have time to do it all anymore, or the patience. I'm getting older, and just with all life in general, it's just hard to squeeze it in, so I'm always trying to rush it. So you know, my wife's going to help me out this time, and we're going to get some you know, we'll get some subs to do everything, like the painting and certain things. But the kitchen cabinets, all the appliance install, even probably a good part of the plumbing, I'll still be doing. You know, obviously I'll be doing the trim and the wall prep. But besides that, you know, any painting, any other floor covering, obviously the pool, the guys are going to throw it in for us because it's, you know, they include the warranty with their install. But I'm going to be part of it. I'm going to be here basically managing it, make sure they do it right. You kind of have to do that down here. It's not as reliable as up north as of right now. Hopefully that gets a little bit better. But you know, I'll definitely be here managing them and making sure it's laid out the way I want it. So that's it, guys. Like I said, the next time around will probably be the loft. This is the next thing I'm going to be working on. I'm going to take a break for about two weeks before I start doing that. So it's going to probably be about a month and a half before that loft is completed. I'll shoot a video on that. It's going to be a slow project this time around, just because financially, you know, everything costs a little bit more, so we got to save as we go. But you know, it's still a nice house. It's livable. There's really no rush to do the work, but I just wanted to just keep shooting the footage as we go. Might as well take you into the garage, just show you a quick little outlay, you know, what I've done here, so you can see how I kind of organized everything. This side is where my wife parks and really my kids' toys and, like, you know, lawn equipment and stuff like that, and where we store some stuff. I got some new light fixtures. I think it's for down here. You can see we got a second fridge out here, and you know, this is kind of just like an area where I throw stuff. My shop is done, but it's not completely done. This is where I made a cart for my kayak, so the kayak will be sitting here eventually, not on the trailer. This is some stuff I have to return, but you can kind of see I just kind of laid it out. Did some new lighting over here, which I would kick on, and I did a desk where my fishing equipment is and stuff like that. Don't mind the mess. I got things just kind of thrown, but I'm probably gonna leave this as is here. But I may do some more decorations and stuff around here, and maybe some more fishing related stuff. But for the most part, it's laid out. But as far as my shops, I always change things, so kind of gives you an idea. We got some storage up here. I do have access to get to my electric panel on both sides, so that's probably how I run the line for the pool panel. But we got some storage shelves up top. The garage doors just need to be changed because they're just beat up on the exterior. They're not, plus they weren't that great of a garage door to begin with. I do have a problem with one of the lights up there. As you can see, I gotta get that fixed. But this is kind of my shop layout. This is where I kind of get ready for fishing, and where I keep my tools, nice and neat and organized. And my wife's able to park inside, and that's about it. And I stay outside my truck, which will be a bigger one soon anyway. So that's it, guys. So until next time, I want you guys to enjoy what other videos I have, and stay safe, and remember to drive that nail home. Thanks for watching.